You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cheryl Kay. Welcome to my brand new show, Unleashed. I'm so excited to be here. And my guest today is Michelle Fern, who's also an alumni of Pet Life Radio with Best Bets for Pets. Hi, Michelle. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for the intro, Cheryl Kay. Well, we're informal, so I could just call you Cheryl, right?
Yeah, what do I need my last name? I'm going to call you Michelle.
Right. That works.
Maybe I'll call you Shelley.
Okay. I never knew if Shelley was a nickname for Michelle or not.
Well, a lot of people. I have friends named Michelle, and we call them Shell. But, to each his own.
Exactly. So what's your show about?
Well, today, with the election looming, I thought it would be really fun to talk about presidential pets because there have been over 400 pets in the White House, and some of them are very unusual. Some presidents had silkworms.
Had what?
Silkworms.
Silkworms as pets?
Yes.
What do you do with this? You rub it? You say, come here,
Nothing.
fetch?
I think you look at it and you hope. But I wanted to talk about President Lincoln's dog. He had a dog named...
Wait. Why President Lincoln?
Well, number one, I happen to like him, and I think his dog's name is very telling. And it was a name like Spot or Rover that I never even thought much about. But when I did some research on it, his dog's name was Fido. And Fido means I am loyal.
In what language?
Latin. I think it's fascinating. Who knew?
Cool. That's why, and maybe that's where so many dogs are named Fido from President Lincoln.
Maybe, because when he was living in Illinois and he would go to the barbershop, he would walk down the street. Everybody knew he was walking down the street with Fido, and the dog would wait outside for him while he went inside. And I think he named him that because, he was certainly scholarly, and I think it's a great name. But so many of the presidents had, the Clevelands, Grover Cleveland, they had raccoons.
Raccoons?
Rebecca and Horace. You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, but I don't think they knew back then about rabies.
Maybe there wasn't rabies then.
There probably was. They just didn't know.
Well, they stayed outside at night. These are the raccoons. And during the day, they were allowed in the White House because all they probably did was sleep because they're nocturnal. But I just think it's so interesting. Some had eagles, elephants, tiger cubs, bears. The Kennedys had an array of ponies and horses and cats and dogs and birds. And then Teddy Roosevelt, he had like a zoo.
Yeah, that I know. I know he had a ton of pets. He was a big animal lover, but he also was a hunter.
Right. But by the time he got to the White House, I think he really enjoyed pets. And I've been to his home, and the animals that they have on display there that he unfortunately did kill, they're just huge. It's amazing. They don't make animals that big anymore. That's for sure.
What do you think? Animals shrunk as the world got bigger?
These animals they're just huge. Well, maybe in breeding or something.
Could be. So if you lived in the White House, what would you have?
Oh, I would have an array. I would have a dog, a couple of dogs, probably 4 dogs, different types. I definitely would have a horse. I would love an elephant.
Now, would you ride the horse around like to West Wing, to East Wing?
No, I would ride it around maybe Washington when I went to Congress. It would be wild. They... Years
not
ago.
Lady Godiva like that, right? In a suit?
Yeah, in a suit, with the dogs following. Just like Washington. He had hounds. He had horses and hounds. And a parrot.
Horses, hounds, and a parrot.
Right. And Jefferson had bear cubs named, Lewis and Clark from Lewis and Clark.
That I get.
John Adams had alligators. Van Buren had tiger cubs. It's terrific. Grant had a horse named Jefferson Davis. That's telling. And he had pigs. I don't
think they made little pigs back then. They just had regular ones, right?
Right, yeah. I just think it's very interesting what somebody would want to call their pet. And of course, the presidents today, the Bushes had Millie and they had cats, and Clinton, he had his dog Buddy and a cat. Whoever becomes president next, whether it's a Clinton or it's a Trump, I don't think Trump has pets. I don't think he has any pets now. I don't think being in the White House would want him to have a pet. I don't think, if there was maybe only like 3 presidents that didn't have pets.
Wait, step back a bit. I can't see Trump with a pet. He's too ego-driven to have a pet.
Well, I think he already has a pet and he wears it on top of his head.
Oh, a pet on his head, maybe. I mean, I can't see him. I came into the studio today and I got greeted by a messy number 2 from Mr. Z. Okay, he's 11, so that happens, for the older ones. I can't imagine Trump dealing with a messy number 2. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't be the one cleaning it. One of the maids would, or butlers, or whatever he has.
Anyway, let's go right back to a sponsor, and I'll see you in a few.
Okay, time to call off the dogs. We'll be back with more biting topics right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your 4-legged fashions today. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Looking for the best advice on pet health, safety, and travel? Connect with the Pet Lady. Dana Humphrey, also known as the Pet Lady, will surely be in a city near you real soon. She will be spreading the good news for pets and pet lovers, from tips on dog and cat care, pet industry trends, and the best events for you and your 4-legged family members. Need a great gift idea or insights on the hottest pet gadgets? Simply follow the Pet Lady on Twitter at Pet Lady World. You can also learn more at The Pet Lady at thepetlady.net.
Begging to hear more of your favorite show? Full episodes of all our shows are available on demand. Go to PetLifeRadio.com to fetch our entire lineup of Possum Pet podcasts. Also, dig us up in iHeartRadio Talk and iTunes. Let's talk pets. Live and on demand, only from Pet Life Radio.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, everybody. We're back. And once again, I want to thank my co-host, Michelle Fern, from her show. And she stopped by today to help me do a send-off on my new show called Unleashed. And we're talking today about presidential pets. And one pet that I really want to talk about is President Ford's dog, Liberty. It was a golden retriever, and there are some people who just swear by these dogs. I love all dogs, 4 legs. But Goldens get a very good reputation. I have many friends who just swear by them. But he had a golden retriever named Liberty. And when he was in the Oval Office and he was having talks with people and he wanted to end the conversation, he subtly gave Liberty a cue, and the dog went over to the person that he wanted to get rid of, wagged his tail, gave him a lick, broke the conversation up, and it was perfect timing for President Ford to say, "Thank you very much for stopping by, and I will take what you suggested under advisement." I think that is the coolest.
So wait, the dog went up to the person
That was sitting on the couch.
licked them.
Well, licked them, wagged their tail. There was a break in the conversation by the dog, because who could resist a cute little dog like that, especially a golden coming over, wagging his tail, happy to see you. And that was the way he got rid of people, when he wanted to get rid of people. I just think it's great.
Interesting.
What's your favorite animal if you could live in the White House?
Okay, if I lived in the White House, what I always I'm a sucker for Border Collie mixes.
Beautiful.
No, purebred Border Collies are great too, but Border Collie mixes, because Border Collies by themselves are so energetic. They are crazy energetic dogs. I like Australian Shepherds, so if they can mix with Australian and
you like
Border
herders.
Collie.
You're a herd person.
I'm a what?
You're a herder.
Yeah, I like herding dogs, I guess. When I got Mr. Z, they said he was a flat hair retriever. And I thought, what in the world's a flat hair retriever? I thought they made up the name. But he was so cute, and he looked like he had Border Collie in him, because you could tell by certain body shapes and everything. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to adopt him. And then I looked up, and there really is such a thing as a flat hair retriever. I guess there's regular retrievers and then ones with flat hair, because I guess your retrievers have a little wave in them. I don't know why there's such a difference in the name between just the hair being different.
Yeah.
But, right? Makes no sense, right?
Yep. Well, also, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, one of our great presidents, he had this like a terrier, and there was very few in the country at that time. My grandmother had one, and his dog's name was Fowler, which is, there's a statue up in Hyde Park. Actually, the dog even lived years after he passed away, and they have him buried up there. At one point, he went to an island, and he took the dog with him, and the dog ran away, and he had to spend a lot of money to get the dog back, which everybody was aghast that he was wasting money for that. It just little tidbits we have to find out about. But I just wanted to tell my audience, since this is my new show and this way you get to know me a little, the kind of pets that I've had. I had a tricolor collie. My parents got this dog. His name was Bruce a year before I was born, and I learned to walk by pulling up on him. I had him for 13 years. Just gorgeous dog. And then I had a standard poodle named Brandy, who I had for 15 years. And cats that followed me home, puppies that followed me home. I am an animal lover. Right now I have 2 cats. I would love another dog, but right now where I live, it would be quite hard to have a dog, but I would love to have another dog. A rescue dog, elderly, someone that you could share his twilight years with me. It would be absolutely wonderful. Well, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see you again. Thank you for making my first show wonderful. I want to thank Michelle for stopping by and helping out.
Pleasure.
I want to thank our producer, Mark Winter, and I hope to see you again. Please, if you want to contact me, it's Cheryl at PetLifeRadio.com, and I hope to see you again next time on my new show called Unleash. Bye-bye.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.